This game recap is brought to you by Manscaped's Foot Duster Foot Deodorant. Say goodbye to stinky foot funk with this essential deodorant spray. Head over to manscaped.com and use the promo code SACCITY for 20% off and free worldwide shipping. The Foot Duster Foot Deodorant by Manscaped. The best protection any place below the waist.
Raider fans. This is so hard for me because you guys know how I felt about the Raiders. I did pick the Chargers to win this game, but I said the Raiders would be 10-7, go to the playoffs. The Raiders fans on YouTube, after we did our thing, made it so hard for me to root on the Raiders in this game. Because I talked so highly about the Raiders, and then at the end of the clip, I said, I really think that the Chargers, just because they're at home, I'm giving them the edge, they're going to win the game. That's all I said. I didn't disrespect the Raiders. I didn't go at the Raiders because I've been one of the biggest Raider advocates over the past 2 seasons. I know what they went through last year. I picked them again this year to finish second in the division. And the Raider fans came at me. And that whole game, all I kept thinking was, I hope these Raiders lose. I hope these Raiders lose. Because the stuff that they were saying was absolutely asinine. Derek Carr going to throw for 50 times and 500, all that. I was just losing my mind with what they were saying. And they couldn't hold up in pass protection. And despite him throwing almost 40 times, I'm going to say this one more time. Josh McDaniels was a big reason why the Raiders did not win this game. And he's done everything right up until this point. Josh Jacobs had 10 carries. 10. Brandon Bolden had 3. They ran the ball 13 times. Josh Jacobs was averaging 5.7 yards a carry against the worst rush defense damn near last year. He was averaging over 5.5 yards a carry. And I couldn't even come on here and say I was right again. Chargers still can't stop the run because they didn't try it enough. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. And these teams get so pass happy because they all want their guys to be Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Justin Herbert. When the Raiders should have been running the football with Josh Jacobs and running play action with Derek Carr. And they didn't, and that's why they lost this football game.
Well, we talked about earlier on in the show about how like teams are playing all their guys in preseason and things like that. We saw a good bit of preseason action for a lot of these Raider players. And the thing is, the difference was though, is one of the highlights of the preseason was them utilizing their rushing attack. And they didn't use it in this game. And that's what it was, that they changed from what they did in the preseason. And it seems like that's what they should have been sticking to. On the Chargers side of things, they looked good. They were playing against a good defense. They looked good. Khalil Mack on the defensive side was my player of the game because he had the 3 sacks against his former team. 5 tackles, 3 sacks, 4 QB hits. He seemed like he was disrupting all game long. Khalil Mack, my player of the game. The Chargers look good though. I like the direction that this team is going. Bosa looked good. Mack looked good. The Keenan Allen injury is a little concerning, but it seems like Justin Herbert can be one of those quarterbacks that can elevate just about any other wide receiver that so far so good with him elevating the next man up because of how good he is.
I got one more thing that I wanted to point out. Mike Williams, 2 catches, 10 yards. This is Mike Williams, guys. It's Mike Williams. That's what he is.
Yep.
Big games, disappearing act. Justin Herbert's going to spread the ball around. If it's not Keenan Allen, good luck. Look how nobody had more than 4 targets. Yep. Nobody had more than 4 targets. And the man threw the ball 34 times.
And we talked about that was the same statistic from the Bears against the Niners in that slop fest. This game, beautiful Los Angeles, California. Like this was beautiful SoFi Stadium. Like there was no rain. There was no reason for only 4 targets per receiver, but Justin Herbert does a good job at spreading it around, and that's just what it is. Aaron, what was the play of the game?
Play of the game, Khalil Mack. Finishing off here, Raiders have a chance to go down 4th and 8, and his 3rd sack of the day against his former team. Gotta love that. I just thought he played well. I knew you were going to pick him as player of the game, so I thought it was only fitting to also give him the play of the game. There were a number of good plays in this one, but his consistent pass rush showed out well, and the 3rd sack there, finishing off the Raiders, was my play of the game.
Did you know that I was going to give him as play of the game? Did you know that?
It was either going to be him or Herbert. So, I figured
good guess.
Yeah, I figured Vinny likes a little obscure at times, so let's go to
Yeah,
the defensive side. Especially the Chargers defense was what was most talked about as needing to
yeah.
improve. So
Yeah, got to show them some love. Got to show them some love here. Next up for the Raiders, they will take on the Arizona Cardinals at home, and the Chargers will travel to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs on Thursday night.